Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Easy English Talk. I'm Jason, and as always, I've got the amazing Julia with me. How's it going today, Julia?
Hi, Jason. I'm excited. Today's topic is super practical. We're going to talk about something every English learner wants: how to learn English quickly in 2026.
Exactly. And before you think, oh, I've heard that before, stick around because things are actually very different now. 2026 brings new tools, new methods, and smarter ways to improve your English faster than ever.
That's right. And we're not talking about spending hours memorizing long word lists or struggling through boring grammar exercises. Today, we'll share strategies that are modern, practical, and, most importantly, effective.
Yup. And here's the thing. So many learners get stuck thinking, I'll never speak fluently, or it takes years to improve. But the truth is, with the right approach, you can make real progress in months, not years.
And we're going to show you exactly how. By the end of this episode, you'll have actionable steps you can start using today, plus tips to stay motivated and avoid the mistakes that slow everyone down.
Plus, we'll talk about some of the coolest tools and technology available in 2026 that actually make learning fun and faster.
So whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or even advanced learner, you're going to find tips you can apply immediately.
All right, let's dive in. First, we're going to talk about why learning English is faster now than ever before, and what's really changed in 2026.
Yes, the world has changed, and so has the way we learn languages. Let's break it down.
So, Julia, let's start with a big question. Why is learning English faster in 2026 than it was even just a few years ago?
Oh, there are so many reasons, Jason. First off, technology has completely changed the game. Back in the day, learners had to rely on textbooks, CDs, or maybe one language app. Now we have AI tools, smart apps, and immersive online platforms that give instant feedback.
That's true. And it's not just about speed, it's about efficiency. You can practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing in ways that actually mimic real-life conversation, instead of memorizing random vocabulary.
Exactly. And another big change is content availability. In 2026, there's English everywhere: podcasts, YouTube, TikTok, even short-form interactive lessons. You don't need hours of study in a classroom. You can learn while commuting, exercising, or cooking.
Haha. Yes, I've actually learned some phrasal verbs just while making breakfast. And the AI side is amazing too. Now, you can have a conversation with an AI in English anytime, get instant corrections, and even get explanations tailored to your level.
And don't forget personalization. AI can now track your weak points and adapt lessons for you. So instead of wasting time on what you already know, you focus on exactly what will help you improve fastest.
It's like having a private tutor 24/7. Another thing is realistic practice. Learners today can watch English movies or short videos with instant subtitles, interact in online communities, and get real-time feedback. That kind of immersion just wasn't possible for most people a few years ago.
Absolutely. And one more point. Our mindset is changing too. People now understand that learning English is about using it, not just studying it. Thinking in English, speaking without fear, and practicing every day are now easier than ever because the tools support it.
So basically, 2026 gives you three big advantages: technology, content everywhere, and smarter learning strategies. Combine that with the right mindset, and you can accelerate your learning faster than ever before.
And the best part is, it's fun. When learning feels like a game or part of your daily life, you stick with it longer. And that's how progress really happens.
That's right. And in the next segment, we're going to cover the biggest mistakes learners still make, even with all these tools and resources.
Oh, yes. And trust me, you don't want to make these mistakes. They can slow down your progress dramatically.
All right, Julia. Before we dive into the strategies for learning faster, let's talk about something every learner faces: mistakes. Some mistakes can actually slow your progress a lot.
Absolutely, Jason. And the first one I see all the time is over-translating. People try to translate everything from their native language to English in their head.
Oh, yes, that's a big one. I've seen learners spend 10 seconds thinking about how to say "I'm going to the store" instead of just saying it naturally. That pauses flow and kills speaking confidence.
Right. And related to that is memorizing single words instead of phrases. Learning a list of 50 words doesn't help you speak fluently. It's much more effective to learn words in context, as part of sentences or common expressions.
Exactly. Another huge mistake is avoiding speaking because of fear. Learners think, "I'll speak when I'm perfect." But guess what? There's no perfect speaker. Making mistakes is actually part of the learning process.
Yes. And one mistake I see with intermediate learners is focusing too much on grammar. Grammar is important, of course, but too much focus can make your speech robotic and slow. Fluency comes from using English naturally, not just knowing rules.
I also notice people ignore listening practice. Listening is the foundation of speaking. If you can't understand English as it's actually spoken, you'll struggle to respond quickly in real conversations.
And finally, a subtle mistake is expecting overnight results. Even with all the tools in 2026, learning still requires daily practice. People get discouraged when they don't see instant improvement and then stop.
So, to sum up the biggest mistakes: over-translating, memorizing single words, avoiding speaking, over-focusing on grammar, ignoring listening, and expecting instant results.
And the good news is, once you avoid these mistakes, you'll see much faster progress, even in just a few months.
That's right. And that brings us to the next topic: the 2026 mindset. How to learn smart, not long. This is where we really start to see huge improvements in a short time.
Oh yes, this part is exciting, because the right mindset can cut your learning time in half if you approach it correctly.
All right, Julia, now that we've covered the common mistakes, let's talk about the mindset that really changes everything. The 2026 mindset. Learn smart, not long.
Yes, and this is so important because so many learners think that the key to fluency is hours and hours of study every day, but that's actually inefficient and can lead to burnout.
Exactly. Instead of long hours, the focus should be on high-quality practice that targets your weak points and simulates real-life use. For example, instead of memorizing 100 random words, learn phrases and sentences you'll actually use.
Right. And thinking in English is a huge part of this mindset. If you constantly translate in your head, it slows you down. But if you practice thinking in English, your brain starts producing sentences naturally.
I like to call it internal speaking. Even if you're alone, narrate what you're doing in English. For example, making breakfast. Say, "I'm cutting the vegetables. I need to boil water. This smells amazing." It trains your brain to speak automatically without translation.
And another part of the 2026 mindset is active learning with technology. Use AI tools, apps, or interactive platforms that give instant feedback. You don't have to guess if your sentences are correct. Get correction immediately and move on.
That's huge. And don't forget daily micro-practice. Even 10 to 15 minutes focused on speaking or listening is better than one long 2-hour session. Consistency beats intensity.
Exactly. And here's a mindset trick I love. Focus on progress, not perfection. Celebrate small wins, like understanding a podcast without subtitles or completing a short conversation. That keeps motivation high.
And speaking of motivation, the 2026 mindset also encourages real-life practice. Don't just study English in isolation. Use it in chats, social media, writing, or even talking to AI. Applying English every day accelerates learning faster than anything else.
Yes. And one final point, embrace mistakes. In 2026, mistakes aren't failures, they're signals. They tell you exactly what to focus on next. The faster you make mistakes and correct them, the faster you improve.
So to sum up, the 2026 mindset is think in English, practice actively and consistently, focus on progress, apply English in real life, and embrace mistakes.
When learners adopt this mindset, they stop wasting time on old methods and start making real, noticeable progress in months instead of years.
And in our next segment, we'll show exactly how technology and modern tools can help you learn faster, so you can put this mindset into action immediately.
I'm excited for this part, Jason, because technology isn't just a helper. It's a game changer if you know how to use it.
All right, Julia. Now that we've talked about mindset, let's dive into one of the most exciting parts: technology and tools that can actually make learning English faster in 2026.
Oh, yes. This is where it really gets fun. Gone are the days when learning English meant textbooks, cassettes, or grammar drills. Now we have tools that bring English into your daily life seamlessly.
For starters, there's AI-powered language apps. They can have a conversation with you, correct your mistakes instantly, and even explain grammar in simple terms. It's like having a tutor available 24/7.
And it's not just conversation. Some apps analyze your speech, identify common pronunciation mistakes, and help you practice tricky sounds until you get them right. That's something we couldn't easily do just a few years ago.
Another big game changer is short-form content. Podcasts, YouTube Shorts, and TikTok videos give you English in bite-sized, real-life context. You can learn idioms, slang, and everyday expressions while you're commuting or cooking.
Exactly. And don't forget interactive courses and games. Gamified platforms make learning fun and addictive. You actually want to practice every day because it feels like a game, not a chore.
I also love AI writing and speaking assistants. You can write a paragraph in English and get instant feedback, or even practice a conversation script with an AI before speaking to a real person. That builds confidence fast.
And the best part is that most of these tools are personalized. They track your weak points, adapt lessons to your level, and help you focus on exactly what you need. No more wasting time on things you already know.
Plus, technology allows for real-life immersion. You can join English-speaking online communities, participate in virtual language exchanges, or watch shows with subtitles that help you learn naturally.
And when you combine these tools with the 2026 mindset we just discussed, thinking in English, active practice, and embracing mistakes, the results are amazing. You learn faster, smarter, and more enjoyably.
One thing I always tell learners, don't just rely on one tool. Mix and match. Listen to a podcast, then practice speaking with an AI, then write a short paragraph. Variety keeps your brain engaged.
Absolutely. And remember, the key is consistency. Even 15 to 20 minutes every day with these tools beats a long, irregular study session. Small daily actions lead to big results.
So to summarize, AI conversation apps, pronunciation tools, short-form content, gamified courses, AI writing assistance, and real-life immersion, all of these can make learning English faster and more fun than ever.
And next, we'll show you how to build a daily routine that guarantees progress, combining mindset and technology into a simple plan you can follow every day.
Yes, this is where all the pieces start to fit together. All right, Julia, now that we've talked about mindset and technology, let's get practical. How can learners actually structure their day to make real progress in English?
Yes, the key is simplicity and consistency. You don't need hours of study, just a focused daily routine that combines listening, speaking, reading, and writing.
I like to break it down into three main parts. First, listening. Spend 10 to 15 minutes every day listening to English. Podcasts, short videos, or even songs. The goal is to train your ear to understand real spoken English.
Exactly. And while listening, try to shadow or repeat what you hear. Don't just passively listen, say the sentences out loud. This improves pronunciation and helps your brain internalize sentence structures.
Second, speaking practice. Even if you're alone, talk in English for 5 to 10 minutes. Narrate your day, describe what you're doing, or even have a mini conversation with an AI. The goal is to get used to producing English naturally.
And third, review and write. Take 5 to 10 minutes to write a few sentences or short paragraphs about your day or new phrases you learned. Then, if possible, check them with an AI or language partner for corrections.
So even with just 20 to 30 minutes a day, you're hitting all the essential skills: listening, speaking, and writing. And consistency is more important than duration.
Yes. Another tip. Make it part of your daily life. Listen to a podcast while commuting, talk to yourself in English while cooking, or write short messages to a friend online. Integration is key.
And don't forget small review sessions. Spend a few minutes repeating phrases or vocabulary you learned in previous days. This keeps your learning active and long-term.
Exactly, and the routine doesn't have to be rigid. You can adjust it based on your schedule. The important thing is daily exposure and practice.
So to sum up, a simple but effective routine. Listen 10 to 15 minutes of content you enjoy. Speak 5 to 10 minutes of narration or conversation. Write and review 5 to 10 minutes of practice and corrections.
Follow this consistently, and your English will improve faster than you ever thought possible, even in just a few months.
And in our next segment, we'll talk about how to speak confidently without fear, which is one of the biggest hurdles learners face.
Oh, yes! Confidence is the secret ingredient that turns all this practice into real fluency.
All right, Julia. Now that we've got the routine down, let's tackle something every learner struggles with: speaking confidently without fear.
Oh, yes, Jason. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles. Many learners know English well, but when it comes to speaking, they freeze or hesitate.
Exactly. And here's the truth. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The key is not avoiding mistakes, but learning to speak despite them.
One tip I love is talking to yourself in English. Describe what you're doing, your thoughts, or even your plans for the day. It might feel silly at first, but it's a safe space to practice without judgment.
Yes, and another trick is starting small. Don't try to give a long speech or tell a story perfectly. Start with short sentences, greetings, or simple opinions. Then gradually increase the length and complexity.
Also, practice with AI or language partners. You can make mistakes in a safe environment and get instant feedback. It's a great way to build confidence before speaking in real-life situations.
And don't forget body language and tone. Standing or sitting confidently, smiling, and speaking slowly can make you feel more confident and help your words come out naturally.
Another mindset shift is focus on communication, not perfection. Your goal is to be understood, not to speak flawlessly. People will appreciate your effort and you'll gain confidence faster.
And one more thing, exposure reduces fear. The more you practice speaking, the less scary it becomes. It's like any skill, repetition breeds comfort.
So, to summarize, the key steps are: talk to yourself in English daily. Start with short, simple sentences. Practice with AI or language partners. Use confident body language and tone. Focus on communication, not perfection. Practice consistently to reduce fear over time.
If you follow these steps, speaking English will start to feel natural and even fun.
And that brings us to the final part of our episode, a listener challenge and quick recap so you can put everything into action immediately.
Yes, we'll give a simple, actionable challenge that anyone can start today. All right, listeners, it's time for your challenge. Today, we want you to put everything we've talked about into action.
That's right. Your task is simple but powerful. Speak in English for at least 5 minutes today. You can talk to yourself, narrate your day, or practice with an AI. The key is to do it without worrying about mistakes.
And if you can, record yourself or write down a few sentences afterward. This helps you track your progress and see improvement over time.
Remember, consistency is what makes the biggest difference. If you do this every day, even just a few minutes, you'll notice your confidence and fluency improving quickly.
So go ahead, take this challenge and start speaking English today. Your future self will thank you.
And don't forget to have fun with it. Learning English should be exciting, not stressful.
All right, let's wrap it up with a quick summary of today's episode. All right, listeners, let's quickly recap today's episode. We talked about how to learn English quickly in 2026, covering mindset, technology, daily routines, and confidence.
That's right. We learned that with the 2026 mindset, learning smart, not long, you can make real progress by thinking in English, practicing daily, and embracing mistakes.
We also explored technology and tools, AI apps, short-form content, gamified courses, and real-life practice that make learning faster and more enjoyable.
And don't forget the daily routine. Listen, speak, write, and review every day, even for just 20 to 30 minutes. Small, consistent steps lead to big results.
Finally, we discussed speaking confidently without fear. Focus on communication, start small, and practice consistently. Mistakes are your friend. They guide you to improvement.
So here's your takeaway. Start today, stay consistent, and use all the tools and strategies we discussed. English in 2026 isn't just learnable, it's achievable quickly and confidently.
Thanks for joining us. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and we'll see you in the next episode of the English Learning Podcast.